Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Coker. About 30 years ago, there were 100 banks in New Hampshire. Now there are 39 as of last year. However, there's an influx of out-of-state banks, and let me show you what I mean. Massachusetts banks that are expanding into New Hampshire: Eastern Bank, Enterprise Bank, Newbury 5 Cents Savings Bank, the Lowell 5 Cents Savings Bank, the Haverhill Bank, and the Provident Bank. And now here's some Maine banks expanding into New Hampshire: Kennebunk Savings Bank, Sanford Institution for Savings, the Camden National of Maine, and now Vermont banks coming into New Hampshire: Ledyard National Bank, the Passumpsic Savings Bank, and Union Bank. Those are banks that are mining New Hampshire along with our New Hampshire banks and competing. With me to talk about this is somebody who knows this community pretty well. He is Brian Gottlieb, the president of Polycon Research here in New Hampshire. Welcome.
Good morning, Fred.
Nice to have you here. What's attracting these out-of-state banks to New Hampshire?
Well, I think first and foremost is a strong small business economy in New Hampshire. Between February of 2015 and February 2016, we added 15,000 private sector jobs, primarily in the small business community. And increasingly, community banks, which are most of those banks that you saw on those lists, are deriving a lot of their economic activity from lending to small business.
So lending, if all those banks are doing business in New Hampshire in addition to the banks, lending's going to go up.
Well, in theory, that should be the case. I think the movement into New Hampshire is an indication of some unmet need, and thus I think we'll see some increase in small business lending.
One of the examples in the Union Leader article recently was Eastern Bank of Massachusetts in Lynn, Massachusetts, that has come into New Hampshire. They bought Centrix Bank, which was a business-related bank, as you know. And what's interesting about that article was that it was reported that Centrix had a cap of $15 million, a top loan amount. Eastern has a $50 million cap.
Yeah, I mean, what it gives, I think, Eastern Bank is the opportunities to operate like a community bank, establish those relationships, which are really the strength of community banks, relationships with small business and in communities, but also the capacity to make larger loans. And so I think that's a nice mix.
And one of the issues that all these banks are facing is regulation from the federal government under the Dodd-Frank Consumer Protection Act, which has really was done by Congress in favor of the consumer, but it's putting the kibosh on banks and their operations.
Yeah, it's a really difficult situation for smaller banks, in particular community banks. Dodd-Frank really wants to standardize all lending, make it quantitative, and that takes away the strength of community banks, which is really relationship lending, understanding the financials, understanding the CEOs, understanding the business, and understanding the community. That's much harder to do. The cost of compliance with Dodd-Frank is easier to spread over a much larger asset base. So it's easier for big banks to deal with it. Small banks, it's going to make it very difficult.
And it was one of the reasons Centrix Bank sold to Eastern Bank in Massachusetts, as been reported. Here are some New Hampshire banks that are adding locations in New Hampshire: Primary Bank, Optima Bank, Northway Bank, Bank of New Hampshire, and Lake Sunapee Bank, all are spreading themselves across the state. And that's impressive at the same time with this influx of out-of-state banks.
Yeah, I think what you're seeing is some of those banks, Northway Bank, maybe like Sunapee, have traditionally been in either the western or northern part of the state, and you're seeing more banks open branches in the southern and in the seacoast portions of New Hampshire. That's where there's the strongest economic activity is. So I think it's a sign that some of those banks need to spread out in order, again, to deal with some of the difficulties that are brought about by
regulation. Spreading out really helps them deal with the Dodd-Frank regulations in some way?
It allows them, I think, to increase their asset base, and the bottom line is, the larger your asset base, the easier it is to comply with some of those regulations. It's very hard to, whether you're a small bank or a big bank, you're going to have to undergo an awful lot of regulatory oversight, and it's just easier to pay for that if you have a larger asset base.
More lending, good for New Hampshire. Brian Gottlieb, president of Polycon Research. Thanks.
Thanks, Fred.